I've been sitting here today contemplating about something that I want to speak out about. I've watched so many videos, so many messages, so many people that I know personally that are struggling, really struggling with anxiety, with internal battles, emotional wounds, trauma, PTSD, low self esteem, low self worth, even hygiene, like being just feeling overwhelmed and learning that sometimes those signs of not taking care of yourself are symptoms of being overwhelmed along with anxiety and a bunch of other things. But my point of coming on here is for a long time I was in that state. I really was. And I started meditating. I started to take care of myself and put myself first before everybody else when I had learned at such a young age that I had to put everybody else first, that I didn't matter, that my desires, my feelings didn't matter. And I've never been one that likes to stay stuck in a state for too long. So sometimes I would just push things away, brush them under the rug, not acknowledge the emotions and feelings I was feeling. And again, because it didn't matter. But what I want to say to all of you out there who are struggling, who are just trying to get through every moment of every day, feeling overwhelmed with anxiety or PTSD or just hurting. And this isn't just for women, this is for men, this is for anybody. Any identity that you identify with, you're not alone, and it's okay to speak out about that. I think there's been so much shame put on us throughout history that it's not okay to speak up and say we're not okay, or to talk about things that are going on with us because it might put shame on the family, or it might put shame on yourself, or you're embarrassed or whatever. At the end of the day, your feelings matter. They absolutely 100% matter, because if you're not okay, neither is anybody else that's going to be around you, because essentially that's what you reflect outward and that's what you draw to you. And it wasn't until I learned the last few years about human design and astrology and all of that. And, people think what they want about astrology and all of that stuff, but there's a lot of truth to all of it. And human design helped me understand about myself where I was conditioned, based on what centers I have open that will absorb other people's energies, and how I conformed to other people's thoughts, ideas, perceptions, emotions, whatever. And as a generator, I respond to energy. And when when you learn to respond to the things that light you up instead of responding to the things that don't light you up, because as a generator, we're going to generate energy and just keep on doing, even if it's on things that we don't enjoy. And when we're not doing things that light us up, it will drain you. It will cause fatigue. And we also will shame ourselves, because there's some people out there that are manifesting generators, mangens, that have all this energy and just go like an Energizer bunny and run circles around people. And us generators over here, we move a little bit slower than that, slower at pace. And sometimes to the outside looking in, or to a man-gen, because we vocalize our judgment, and typically we're learning that when we vocalize those things about onto other people, it's typically how we feel about ourselves. That we shame ourselves for not being able to catch up, or not being able to, you compare yourself, not being able to do what another person does. But instead of realizing that you have your own unique abilities and qualities that make you who you are, and then it's okay that you're different. And different is not bad. Different is amazing. Imagine if we had an entire world that everybody was the exact same. That would not be a beautiful world. And, or you could be a reflector who is learning their own identity outside of themselves so that they can separate themselves from the group, from leaning on other people, from relying and being codependent on other people. They're learning by experience and absorbing so much in the world, and their childlike natures are exactly how they're supposed to be. Or you could be a projector that has really amazing ideas and can initiate things, and you know is very structured, but they might not understand why they don't have all this energy, because they don't have sacral energy. Same as a manifester. They have amazing ideas and they can initiate things or tell people how to work the idea, but they don't have the energy to sustain it. So, being able to understand just those basic things about human design helped me to understand and accept a lot about who I am and appreciate that and know that I'm unique in my own way and it's okay to be who I am. So, to all of you out there that are struggling, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing great. You're moving through things the best that you can with the knowledge that you know. And the more you know, the better you do. So, if you're ever interested, and this is not a prompt video, but I am going to say, if you're ever interested in knowing about your human design, my email is in my bio, and you can email me and we can talk about that. But I just think it's really important for people to educate themselves more about themselves and who they are, and want to know more about yourself and why you're the way you are and what made you that way and how can you change if you want to. It's up to you. Have a great day.